Let's talk about structured data. So structured data allows us to group several variables together into a single item known as a structure. It's going to be something that looks like line 17 to 22. You can add more values inside, or variables, sorry, add more variables. You could take variables away. You can do a bunch of different types of things in here, not just these simple variables either, but we'll get to that in a future video. So what are the limitations of arrays? Well, we know that all values must be of the same data type. Vectors are a little bit better, but this is still true for them as well. Before structure is used, it must be declared, as all things are. So we have the structure department as an example, and you can see I have a bunch of different types in here. We have int, string, double, and another double. But you can have any data types in here. You can have chars as well. You can even have arrays. This is the general format. And then afterwards, you can use this in your program to make multiple instances of the structure. So you can see I have a department here and a department here. Now inside of here, if you look at lines 18 through 19, you can see that nothing is initialized. These values are only declared. Later down here, I have initialized these, but again, you don't have to. There's mass initialization where you can have a department, you can have a name for it, D1, and you can set it equal to, and then fill in the values. You have to fill it in the order that it is here, if you do so like this. Otherwise, you can fill it in like this. So we have department, I have the name here, and then you notice how I have these law dot. So to get these inside of here, you're gonna need after the name, a dot, and then whatever the name you have inside of here is. So we have law.id1 and law.name is equal to law. Now, if you have something already in here, like let's say, we'll just set this to temp, and we also rename it right here. Well, whatever we do later, this is essentially renaming it, reassigning it. We're going to reassign it this name. So it's going to go from temp to law, and I just started a run of it. You'll see it be printed out here. 1 law, and then the hours is going to be 40. This is our structure. These are the members inside of our structure. You're essentially telling the compiler what a department is made up of. These are a bunch of adjectives, just think about that. And to access these, you would use the dot. So later in our couts, you can see that I have law.id, and this is going to get the ID for the instance of this department. If you want to compare any values, you're going to have an if statement, and you would do the same thing. You need to get the specific value at whatever member you're looking at. So if we're comparing IDs, we're going to have law.id, and we're going to see if it's equal to d1.id, and then we could just print something out. And that holds true for any of these members. If you have any questions about this introduction to structures, let me know in the comments below. If you want more C++ and more structure videos, check out that playlist link below the like button.